WHAS 11 Weather First.
Right now, live on the WHAS 11 night team. Did you get some rain at your house at one point tonight? Well, we've got light rain showers moving across Kentuckiana as we speak at this late hour as we are wrapping up a tremendous fall weekend for our weather. Hi, everybody. Good to be with you on this Sunday evening. I'm Doug Proffitt. Well, JCPS and others return to school after a week off for the fall break. So meteorologist Christina San Juan is here right now with how Monday's going to play out. So is this rain sticking to the ground at all, Christina?
I think that we're just dealing with very light sprinkles out there, and they're very few and far between, and certainly won't be sticking around for our morning commute or sending the kids off to the bus stop. We should be dry by that point. But as we're stepping out the door right now, mainly in southern Indiana, maybe a handful of sprinkles, but most of that activity is going to stay well off to our east, so nothing to worry about there. But nonetheless, we will still have about 2 more hours of this sort of very light activity that we're seeing out there. Now, as we wake up tomorrow morning, we're going to be seasonably chilly, not quite as cold as what we started the day with this morning, but still going to wake up to temperatures in the mid 40s. I'll tell you just how warm we're getting this week, though, coming up in about 18 minutes. Doug.
All right, Christina, thank you. Now to our top story on the WHAS 11 night team. More violence in the highlands of Louisville. Police are saying this brawl, recorded by stunned patrons in a Baxter Avenue bar, spilled right into the street and ended up with a shooting overnight. One man is injured. And now, all new since our 6:30 newscast, we are seeing new angles of that brawl inside Baxter's 942 Bar and Grill. Plus, we are hearing from the Baxter's Bar owner and the woman who recorded one video. WHAS 11's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hesser join us now from where it happened along Baxter Avenue. And Connor, the bar itself actually filled in some new details today.
Doug, the owner of Baxter's is calling it an unfortunate incident tonight and stated very clearly that those involved in instigating this fight were from out of town.
When this fight broke out on the patio of Baxter's early Sunday morning.
At one point in time, you would think like it calmed down, but it would just getting worse and worse.
All Daria Vega could think to do was grab her phone and start recording.
But it was like really a snowball effect. I'm not sure why it started.
Vega says the scuffle grew larger by the minute.
But it was just kind of like a shock in the moment as well.
By her count, at one point, the crowd involved grew to about 40 to 50 people. Baxter says the fight started around 1:30 in the morning between two bar patrons, with security quickly stepping in to respond. In a statement, it said in part, quote, "A domino effect occurred which involved out-of-town and largely unknown patrons attacking our security team and outnumbering them." Vegas says security cleared out the bar by 2.
Yeah, it just kept going.
An LMPD spokesperson says by 3 Sunday morning, an overspill of that crowd continued to fight, which you can see in this video with another view from social media, before someone fired off shots on Baxter Avenue, leaving one man injured. At this time, Louisville Alcoholic Beverage Control is investigating what is calling a serious incident. A video some say is a window into ongoing issues facing Louisville's nightlife.
I feel like it's a responsibility on us as adults in the community to keep each other safe, you know.
Baxter said in its statement that regulars came to the aid of security and helped push the aggressors off its property, saying they want customers to treat its bar in the nearby area with respect and kindness.
Now, Baxter's did send us a lengthy statement. We invite you to read it. It's on our website, WHAS11.com. You also may remember in August, there was a community meeting held to address violence in the Highlands. Now, out of that came a city ordinance that was passed, a zero tolerance noise policy. In the Highlands, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 night team, on your side.
Connor, thank you. Also here tonight, all new in a statement sent to us to WHAS 11 News. The council member for that area told us the epidemic of violence in our city demands an immediate response, but it also demands a long-term investment in the root causes of violence that goes beyond just lip service. Tomorrow, we're going to hear from Ben Reno Weber about the incident and what steps are next to help curb the violence. Louisville Metro Police have also identified the bicyclist killed after a hit and run last month. Police say 44-year-old Nicholas Walker was biking on the outer loop late at night when he was hit by a car. The coroner does not have his current address. That car drove away, and as Walker was getting up, a second car hit him, which police believe is what killed him. The second car, the driver, stayed at the scene. Police are asking for your help. Call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. And today, celebrating the spirit of a beloved Bullitt County school bus driver killed in a crash while on his way to work last month, remembering the life of Jason Benningfield. Today at the Hillview Police Department of Bullitt County, they hosted a car show to help raise funds for his family. Included was raffles, food trucks, vendors, and live music. Organizers say they hope Jason's life continues to inspire others.
Hope everybody leaves here loving like Jason and knowing that this world is a good place and that there are good people in it.
48-year-old was driving his pickup truck to the school bus compound early in the morning on September 8th when he was involved in a crash with another pickup. A GoFundMe account has also been created to support the family. We have a link to that at WHAS11.com. All new right now with the night team. It's a hot topic in Scott County, Indiana about money and safety. The Scott County Sheriff says he may have to pull deputies from some schools where they provide security right now. WHAS 11 night team's Alex Dieterer was in Scott County today talking to the leaders who control the money. And Alex, is this close to happening?
Well, Doug, there have been months of negotiations between the Scott County Sheriff and the County Council on a proposed budget for the Sheriff's office. Not enough money means corners may have to be cut. Scott County, Indiana Sheriff Jerry Gooden took to Facebook Friday, sharing a video addressing why his office may be forced to remove school resource officers from some of the Scott County schools.
We are in a critical shortage of manpower here at the Sheriff's office.
Sheriff Gooden says deputies are leaving the county to work for other departments in Indiana.
We trained them, we hired them, and they come and give them a huge pay increase and steal them from us.
Scott County Council President Lindy Hubanks says the county doesn't have the money to sustain the sheriff's proposed budget. She says the county brings in $9 million a year, and the total proposed budget for all departments combined is about $11 million.
Counties all across Indiana are in the same predicament. They're losing people to, and it's not just officers, but definitely officers. They're losing people to the state. They're losing people to other agencies that can pay more.
School resource officers are funded through the end of this year and are in the budget for 2024.
We are not choosing to defund the resource officers in any way, shape, or form.
She says the council is working on a 5% increase in wages across the county. For some departments, that may not seem like enough.
When you're backed into a corner and you have no other option, I don't know what else to do.
Look, if the sheriff's department fails, the county fails. I don't want to see the sheriff's department fail, but as a council, we cannot just look at the sheriff's department. If any of our county departments fail, the county fails.
Hubanks says consulting firm Baker Tilly confirmed to the council at the end of September that the proposed sheriff's office budget as it is now would not be sustainable. Now, it is important to note that Sheriff Gooden's salary is set by the state. Regardless of what sheriff's office budget is passed, the sheriff's wages will not be impacted, just the deputies. The council will meet this Tuesday at 5:30 to further discuss the proposed budget. I'm Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 Night Team, on your side.
Okay, we'll follow that Tuesday. Thank you, Alex. Equipment is being moved into place around that Applegate Lane home that is filled with dangerous chemicals. We were in Highview earlier today as the EPA has hired a contractor to demolish the home. Today, demolition equipment, as you can see, started arriving as they are getting prepared for the controlled takedown of the house on Applegate Lane. Crews will be removing the walls and the rooftop first, followed by the contents inside. It'll all happen piece by piece. That demolition is set to begin on Monday, October 16th. The number of dead is rising in the conflict between the Israeli military and the Hamas militant group as it enters its second day. Israel's Security Council declaring war for the first time since 1973. President Joe Biden speaking with Israel's prime minister, informing him that more U.S. support is already on its way.
The United States stands with Israel. We'll make sure that they have the help their citizens need and they can continue to defend themselves.
We've also learned a group of residents from Nelson County were on a Holy Land tour. They are there and stranded in Israel. In a statement posted to Facebook, the Bardstown mayor said members of Kentucky's delegation are working with the Pentagon and the U.S. Embassy to get them back home safely. New tonight, the folks behind the 67th St. James Court Art Show in Old Louisville tell us it's official. a record-breaking crowd, with many vendors also breaking revenue records. Executive Director Howard Rosenberg told me today that they believe today's crowd was actually bigger than yesterday. We asked vendors today what made the crowd so special.
The audience cuts across all levels, kids, you know, everybody. It's full of people who want to see art.
Of lots of people this year. Organizers tell us they normally get about 225,000 people over the three-day show, but Rosenberg told us they expect that number to go way over the 225,000 figure. Meantime, in New Albany, the week-long celebration continuing today of Harvest Homecoming. Folks gathering for Harvest Homecoming's oldest tradition, that's the pumpkin decorating contest. This year's theme is Old-Fashioned Harvest, and organizers say the contest gives the community a way to show off its creativity.
Goal is to match your pumpkin to the theme each year, and so I've seen everything from someone turning a pumpkin into an actual turning carousel to one year somebody did the Golden Girls. We've had a family do all of Snow White and her Seven Dwarfs, so it's just a great way to see how the community interprets our theme each year.
The rides, booths, and must-have foods will all be set up next week throughout downtown New Albany. Well, the Louisville Cardinal football team is now number 14 in the nation after beating number 10 Notre Dame in that game you saw exclusively on WHAS 11 last night. They jumped way up this afternoon from number 25. And last night, that was enough to burn a couch. Here's the video from a street party on 3rd Street near Central Avenue after the game ended last night. In this video, Louisville firefighters are putting water on the couch. That's why you see all that white smoke there around the crowd of students. This scene recorded by Louisville live streamer Maxwell Mitchell. But the real party started at the end of the game on the field. The game clock hits 0. The U of L sideline empties, joined by thousands of their fans right on the field. You couldn't be there? Well, here's what it looked like from our photojournalist Alyssa Newton right in the middle of it all. And take a look from ABC's aerial camera.
The Cards are flying high again.
With Louisville rap star Jack Harlow also right there hugging Jeff Braum.
Jack Harlow.
Those on the field making history on this chilly fall night. It was a record-breaking crowd.
Let's go, Cards! Let's go, Cards! Let's go, Cards! Let's go, Cards!
And with that, I'd like to remind you to join me this Tuesday coming up on WHAS 11 News at 6 as I spend part of the entire day with the Braum family just a few days before this game. We're going to pick up with the patriarch, former U of L quarterback Oscar Braum, who dresses in U of L gear and visits the football offices several times a week. He also gives lots of advice to his sons. Oscar doesn't work there, but there are now 4 Braums running U of L football, including freshman student Brady, Jeff Braum's son, right here. How the family management style is working in this turnaround so quickly. It's Tuesday at 6.